What if I told you that every red button you've ever come across in a website, like this one for example, was in reality a red flag? Every time you see the message "buy now," you're looking at a flag waving to warn you that you're about to do something incredibly stupid. We see these imperatives everywhere. Subscribe, join now, unlock your potential. Advertisers call them call to actions. It would be more appropriate to call them marketing bullying. They're not as innocent as a naive consumer might think. Even their name is ridiculous. Call to action. Calling you to act, but not the way you want to, the way you are told to. It is not an invitation to think or to question. It is a call to obey. Just do what you're told to. These call to actions are the digital version of somebody shouting at you from across the street, "You, give me your money now." You probably wouldn't willingly give your money to a stranger, but how many times have you obeyed these commands online and clicked the red button? It is annoying. It is disgusting. And sadly effective, because most people have been conditioned to respond to these instructions like Pavlov's dogs. Now let me ask you a question. How many of your recent purchases were driven by real necessity? Not desire or vanity or boredom, real necessity. How many of the Amazon orders that you have placed recently were indispensable? How many solved a real problem rather than an imaginary one? If you think that reading reviews and comparing prices is helping you make informed decisions, think again. More often than not, you're just filling your mind with useless data and being influenced. You call it research. The brands call it engagement. With every review, comparison, ranking, your mind absorbs another layer of influence until the purchase starts feeling like your own idea. Nowadays, people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. Not to mention that if you make a purchase to fill an emotional void, the day after you will feel just as empty as you were before. Happiness is never found at the bottom of a shopping cart. So, just to be clear, whenever a company tells you to buy something now, it is because they want your money. That red button is a trap. By clicking on it, you fall into it. You become a clicking puppet. In case you're wondering what my credentials are to speak about these topics, it's quite simple. I used to teach them. I was paid to explain to students how to exploit consumer insecurities, how to build psychological traps that bypass reason and trigger purchases. I can tell you that companies spend fortune studying human behavior and ways to influence it. They would gladly place a call to action after each sentence if it increased their revenues even by 1 cent. They promise happiness, take your money, and leave you miserable without a hint of remorse. All right, what's to do then? What's the solution? Resistance, rebellion. You do the exact opposite of what you are told to. If a website tells you to enroll, do not enroll. Unfollow, unsubscribe. If it says call now, do not call. And if it says buy now, that's the worst. Switch off your computer, go out and take a walk. Talk to a tree. It probably has better advice anyway. Whenever you see the word now, whenever a company is pushing you to act quickly in a certain way, that fake sense of urgency is never for your good. It is for theirs. Take a step back and think, do you really need it? And if you don't, say, I will not do what you want me to do. There is tremendous power in disobeying call to actions. It disappoints the marketers, it confuses the algorithm, it unsettles Jeff Bezos in his space yacht. Every time you resist a call to action, you plant the seed of a revolution. A quiet behavioral revolution. Rebellion by inaction. If millions of consumers suddenly became non-compliant non-consumers, companies would be forced to reevaluate their own behavior. Deprived of your obedience, they would have no choice but to compete through value rather than psychological manipulation. Your wisdom will collapse their fake urgency. We will see a return to quality. We will buy fewer but better things. Products built to last, not to be replaced every few months. Remember, disobedience is man's original virtue. Don't lose it. If you enjoy this video, don't like it. Don't share it, do not comment. Certainly do not subscribe, because that would be obeying to a call to action, and you're above that now. But if you really must do something, do the opposite. Close this tab and write a poem, eat a banana, be free. The advertisers will be mad at you. but your soul will thank you.